Hi everyone, Simon Keeling here, Friday the 16th of March. Got the forecast for you for the weekend and next week, and looks as if it is going to be slightly more unsettled and cooler this weekend for much of the country. Before we start, just a reminder that the site's kept free of charge by the advert you see around the screen here. So if you see an advert you like, click on it, go through to the website. It's that generates money for us, and it also shows the advertiser you're interested in what they're doing. So here's the chart for 6 o'clock this evening, and you can see how high pressure is being squeezed off, look there, down towards the south of Europe, complex area of low pressure to the north with a southwesterly flow in between the two. Now, by tomorrow morning, we're seeing this area of low pressure slip south through Ireland. Bits and pieces of rain affecting Wales and southern parts of England, as well as the south of Ireland through overnight tonight and into tomorrow. But look where we are by tomorrow evening. Rainfall totals showing up across Ireland, northern England, Wales, in fact much of southern England as well. And it looks as if it is really this area that's at threat from outbreaks of rain during the course of Saturday. I don't think anything too heavy and persistent. I think it's just going to be a cool, damp day for many of us through Saturday. Winds do remain light. That means things not drying out very quickly. And overnight into Sunday, this rain really quite reluctant to clear away from the north of England. It will slowly be pulling away, but you can see how by the end of Sunday, still got some outbreaks of rain affecting East Anglia and the southeast. More northern and western areas becoming drier and brighter during the course of Sunday, during Mother's Day of course, but it looks as if it is going to be staying cool through the day too. It really is into next week before temperatures start to warm up. So into Monday, high pressure building up to the south again. But up towards the north, we've got these outbreaks of rain coming into much of northern and western Scotland and Western Ireland too. And quite breezy here as well. So more rain probably where they don't need it. But down to the south, looks as if we're still going to be relatively low in terms of rainfall totals. Into Tuesday, we find the pressure is staying high down towards the south of the country. Some bits and pieces of rain around first thing. If I go back to the morning chart there, look, 1 or 2 bits and pieces across western coast of Wales, but really nothing to speak about. And I think through Tuesday itself it becomes brighter and drier with some good sunny spells. Good spells of sunshine for Wednesday too, as that high really becomes a dominant feature, and it stays with us through Thursday and into Friday as well, and into the following weekend. But notice how this easterly flow picks up, look, towards the south of that high. This high really becomes a blocking feature once again throughout the course of next weekend and into the beginning of the following week. So I think we're going to be seeing plenty of sunshine, but it's never going to be feeling particularly that warm, although temperatures probably are slightly above what you'd expect to see for the time of year. And that high really taking us through to the end of the month. So it looks as if once we've got this weekend's rain out of the way, most of the country is just going to be dominated by this area of high pressure, and looking as if it is going to be staying dry right the way through too. So really no great change on the way. That ridge building its way back in, the high coming in, and the blocking high really dominating the pattern. Let me just show you how the shape of that high looks in the upper atmosphere, because it's quite interesting to see. We call this an omega high, and you can probably see it on the ECMWF better. This is the 26th of March, and I want you to look at the colours here. The winds flow with these colours, with the lines of the colours. Now look, you see that omega shape where it comes up here, round the north into Scandinavia, and then sinks south again into the Mediterranean. Well, that shape there is what we call the omega high, a classic shape for high pressure in what we call the omega high, classic shape for a blocking area of high pressure that it just doesn't want to clear. What about after that? What happens? Well, let's take a look at the CFS. This is the long range, and we'll just bring up the chart for, well, let's say Manchester, because that's equidistant, of course, in the middle of the country. This is how things look. The red is the maximum temperature, and we'll follow that line through. Now remember that the beginning part of April is always shown as being fairly cool, and again the CFS is picking up on that here. Look, the dates are across the bottom here, so looking as if beginning part of April cool, but despite that milder part of the middle month, look, we're back into relatively cool conditions in the middle part of April too. So overall, the CFS is confirming that April doesn't look to be a particularly very warm month, although dominated by dry weather, particularly during the first part of the month. Now the Japanese month ahead outlook is going to be online later on today, so as soon as that's there, I'll bring you news of that and what they're saying. We'll try and build up a picture as to how conditions are likely to shape up through April. I know that's of major concern to many of you, particularly those farmers and growers amongst you who really do need to know how things are going to start to shape up through April. So I'll keep you up to date with that, but once again, thanks for watching and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.